guys, it's Cassidy. Welcome back to another episode of Fridays with Cassidy. Okay, so as you can see, clearly I am not out camping with the rest of Teen Word, which is very sad, and I wish I was there with all of them, but here I am in beautiful Radium, British Columbia. I am on a 10-day camping trip, and I decided to film my video outside in the great outdoors. So I'm here, and I'm next to this creek. I don't know if you can see that, and all of these mountains. It's quite lovely. This is I've never filmed a video outside before, so I'm very happy. So this week I'm going to talk about choices. So a couple of years ago I was faced with a choice. I was asked to be a worship leader with my high school, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to. So choice 1, I say no because I'm a shy person, or choice 2, I say yes and I become a worship leader. So even though I was really tempted to go with choice 1, God called me to choice 2. And at first I was wrestling with making a decision because God's plan didn't necessarily line up with what I thought I wanted. But I'm so glad that I made the decision to say yes, I will go, because it led to amazing things. And one of those things being that I discovered that the way I feel most connected to God is not only through singing and playing, but also through leadership. Okay, so now into our story, which is about Rebekah today. So Rebekah, just like me, was also faced with a choice. However, instead of me, where I wrestled with God's decision, she chose confidently. So if you don't already know the story, or even if you do, here's a recap and a gist of kind of what happens. So Abraham is looking for a wife for his son Jacob, and so he sends a servant back to his original homeland with the task of finding Jacob a wife who must fit a very specific criteria. He goes through a whole list of she can be this, but she can't be this, and she can be this, but she can't be this. And so once the servant gets there, he runs into Rebekah at the well, and his prayer is answered. He finds the girl he's supposed to bring back because, now this is going to sound kind of silly, but the servant prays to God before he gets there, and he says, God, the woman that I'm supposed to bring back, you'll show me a sign, and she will offer me water, and she'll offer to water my camels. And before he's even finished his prayer, Rebekah shows up and does exactly that. And so that's the servant's sign. He knows he's got to bring Rebekah back. So he asks Rebekah if he can stay the night at her family's house. And so the servant meets Rebekah's brother Laban and her father Bethuel. And he explains the whole story to them, from his discussion with Abraham to his encounter with Rebekah, and how it's all God's divine plan. And this is exactly what's supposed to be happening. And so Laban and Bethuel know that all of this has been arranged by God. And so they tell the servant, okay, here's Rebekah, take her. And so the next day, the servant is getting ready to leave, and Rebekah's family tries to convince her to stay for another 10 days or so. And the servant says, no way, we gotta leave right now. I need to honor the Lord. I need to be back right away. So they all ask Rebekah, will you go with him today? And so she says the 3 most important words in this entire story, in my opinion. She says, I will go. And those 3 words changed the course of history and led to amazing things. Because Rebekah's willingness to go, hold on, I'm on vacation mode. So Rebekah's willingness to go changed the course of history. She went back with the servant, and so she married Isaac and eventually gave birth to Jacob and Esau. But Jacob eventually became Israel, and the nation of Israel came from Jacob. Have you ever been, or are you currently facing a situation where your plans don't necessarily line up with God's? What do you need to do to say, I will go? Sometimes it's hard to remember that our plans aren't the be-all and end-all of plans, and that our prayers aren't always going to be answered the way we want them to be. And all it takes is for you to say, I will go. Here I am, Lord, send me. I'm going to say that one more time. I will go. Here I am, Lord, send me. And amazing things can and will happen. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of nature with me, and I hope that my word today really helped you guys. Sometimes all it takes is, I will go. Here I am, send me. Have a great rest of your week, guys. Bye!